think I just found something that may explain Chad Daybell a little bit, and it's freaking me out. It's this book from 1949 that a neighbor loaned me some time ago. He knew that I like researching Latter-day Saint temple stuff. I've written 4 books about some of the old temples, historical fiction. But most of the book is just things like histories of the old temple, the temples up to that point. It's again 1949. So it's like the dedicatory prayers, a description of the layout and the floor plan and what it was made of, and just the basic stuff. So it goes through all of those, and then for some weird reason, toward the end, it decides to add all of these random like sermons that were given that they're not canon, they're not doctrine, but by random church leaders. So a lot of them are Brigham Young, several apostles that are from olden days. Turns out I've now from this book learned that Orson Pratt and Parley Pratt were brothers, that they had some issues. I would not like them if I met them today. I assume they were men of their time, but
ew, no, David. Ew.
But here's this one. Okay, you guys, this is Brigham Young. Just to clarify, as Latter-day Saints, yes, we believe in prophets and that they can like tell us messages from God, whatever, lead the church. But everything a prophet says is not scripture. Everything a prophet says is not straight from the mouth of God. Prophets can make mistakes. Prophets can even interpret actual revelation incorrectly. I've got some good stories of Brigham Young doing just that. And Brigham Young himself was a racist and a bunch of other things. So this particular sermon, it was given in Salt Lake in June of 1856 in the Bowery. So this was not like a general conference. This is not as an official church thing. This would not be considered anything remotely doctrinal, whatever. So he is going off about, his beliefs on the spirits and like how they possess bodies and whatever. Which again is not really something that's really anyway, that's not really a thing. But Chad Daybell sure thought it was. Yeah, so I came to this little nugget from Brigham Young. Get this. Okay. You may now see people with legions of evil spirits in and around them. There are men who walk our streets that have more than 100 devils in them and round about them, prompting them to all manner of evil, and some to profess to be Latter-day Saints. I do think that there is a spirit world around us that we can't see, other dimension type of thing. So he's not completely off the wall on this point. Okay, but he continues. Here's the scary part, guys, the Chad Daybell part. And if you were to take the devils out of them and from about them, you would leave them dead corpses. For I believe there would be nothing left of them. Isn't that exactly what Chad proclaimed to believe? The evil spirit has taken over my wife's body. I would have to just cast out the spirit, and that would make her body die because she's not in it anymore. That's how he justified killing Tammy and JJ and Tylee and Charles and who knows how many other people there would have been. Chad believed that if somebody was possessed by an evil spirit, their own personal spirit was kicked out of the body. And then when you kicked out the actual evil spirit, then the body would then die. I think Chad must have read this. Brigham, you got some explaining to do. This is not what we believe. Just to be 100% clear, this is not what we believe. This is Brigham being a little weird. No, a lot weird. Being bad. Being stupid. Brigham, shut up. And if you were to take the devils out of them and from about them, you would leave them dead corpses. For I believe there'd be nothing left of them. So he did say, I believe. Doesn't say this is like God said. But holy crap. Holy crap. If Chad read this sermon, frick.